Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? Um, First of all, I would really recommend you, if you haven't seen my Flipkart video, please do watch that before seeing this video any further. I would highly recommend that because there is a lot of story already hidden in that video. Do check that too. I will link it in the eye somewhere. Please do see that. Now, before jumping in, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like me or you like my videos, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a video. Also follow me on social media. All the details and links are given in the channel art. Press them, you will get redirected, and just follow me everywhere. Okay, so let's test the concealer today. And I have this concealer in the shade light medium beige. Now I'm not sure if this is my perfect shade or not. I am not sure at all, and we'll have to see that. I have got this shade. Now, first of all, I think I'll compare this to this. This is my Maybelline concealer, and both of them look pretty similar. They just look very similar in the color itself. I don't know how much you guys can see, but the color itself, if I talk about just the color, they look very similar. Let me start with the Maybelline concealer first. Let me see the, the side by side shade kind of thing. So definitely the Maybelline concealer is lighter shade, for my skin, and oh my god. Okay, so this is how both of them look side by side. I would say this is the Maybelline one. Over here it's the Maybelline one, and this is this Wet n Wild concealer. If I look very closely, although they are very similar, I would say this is more on, this, I would say this pink sort of side. This is more warmer than the Maybelline concealer. Now, I was not very sure about which shade I should be buying for this concealer. First, I thought I should buy light medium beige because I am not a very dark person and I do wear lighter concealers, the lighter than my face kind of concealers. Then, I don't know, I saw Shreya Jan's video and she used medium tawny, and Shreya and me, we are almost the same shade of foundation. So I wasn't very sure if I should buy the medium tawny or this one, but I got this one. I don't know why I just got this one. I was like, okay, I should go for this. But honestly, from this swatch itself, I just feel it can work for me. It is much warmer than the Maybelline Fit Me, which is fine by me. So I think let's put it and we'll see the tea. If I compare it to the Maybelline Fit Me, the shades available in Maybelline Fit Me concealer in India, the shades aren't like this whole range of concealers. And if I talk about this concealer, it's a thick concealer, and it's a thick concealer. I mean, it's a little thicker than the Maybelline concealer. Maybelline is pretty easy and liquidy to apply. This foundation is almost drying. This is the same Wet n Wild foundation that I tried in the previous video, and yes, it is a little drying on the skin, and so is this concealer. It is matte too, but if I talk about the coverage is good, and yes, this is my exact shade. So if you are similar to my shade, yes, this is your best shade, light medium beige. I forgot the nose. Let's do that too. Can you see the coverage is nice? The coverage is really nice. Also, I would love to carve my eyebrows with this one. I'll carve my eyebrows so that we can have a better insight of this concealer. Okay, so let me carve the brows. I said it's pretty thick. It really is, guys. I mean, this is no joke. It is very thick if I compare it to, the Maybelline Fit Me one. And I'll go with the blender itself. I don't know. I just don't want to go with the brush and everything. I'll do it with the blender only. Can you see? Wow. I can work really good with the blenders also. But don't try it, right? My brush was dirty with color. That's why I did it with the blender. I wouldn't really recommend you to do this because otherwise you would have to do your brows again. So I think the coverage is very intense and very nice. Let me set it with the powders and compacts and everything. Then I'll tell you what it really looks like at the end. I am going to use this Wet n Wild contouring palette for under eyes and contouring, and also I'll be using this Maybelline compact, not contact, compact, to set the rest of my face so that we can have a better um, vision of everything. So let's start. If I talk about setting the under eyes with this highlighting shade, listen, this powder is very mattifying. It turns your any dewiest foundation or concealer into a very matte foundation or concealer, and because these were already on the drying side, it did mattify it a lot, which means I have to use a lot of setting spray to bring my face back to that a little glowy self. So yes, the combination of these three is very matte and very intensely, it can be drying for you people if you live in a place like mine where it's really cold right now. So please do keep that in mind. And also let me contour so that we can see how the foundation also works with contouring and everything. Okay, if I talk about how contour works on this foundation, definitely the foundation did not move. Some of the foundations do move after putting anything on them, but definitely this did not move, and the blush went on really well. I mean, at least Wet n Wild together with Wet n Wild does work good. At least we know that by now. So also now I'll be doing it with the compact so that we can see how everything settles down all together. This compact is mattifying again. Of course, you know, compacts are usually mattifying. If I talk about how they are, they're powdery, they do mattify a lot. So, of course, when you put powders on the top of such drying foundations or concealers, it does get a lot dry. Let me quickly set my face with the setting spray. I'm using the Kiss Beauty. I use a little more quantity because I know it's really matte. So I just want my face back to life. So just looking at my face, like right now, if I look at my face, it's a pretty nice face. I mean, the concealer, although I don't say it has a lot of coverage, but it's not bad either. You can still see some of the darkness of the eyes poking through. So if I compare it to how the Fit Me actually appears, definitely I think I would have to build it up more than this. It does need a lot of building up. This was a single layer, let me remind you that. So of course the coverage do lack a little bit, but if I talk about how it sits on the skin and everything, it is pretty nice in that. There's no doubt to it. It's really nice. This actually cost for 399 rupees and I got it for almost 200 rupees, like 199 or something like that, which is actually a really good price if I talk about the concealer. And yeah, I mean, it's not a bad concealer. If you want to try something, you can definitely go for this one. I mean, there are concealers that sit so badly on the skin, you are like, I'm just never going to try it again. But this is definitely nice, and I see myself using this a lot more. The foundation, the shade of this concealer is really nice, which is a good thing. And overall, it's a really nice combination to go for. The only thing I would say is that if you are a very dry person, it would be extremely mattifying for you. Then in that case I wouldn't really recommend you this. But if you are a oily person, this is really nice combination for you. And you know, especially if you live in a very hot humid kind of place, it can be really nice. But for winters, it's a no from my side, for winters at least. So yes guys, this is it for today's video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.